My topic is childhood obesity in America. According to an article from Time magazine, in 1900, the average college student in the U.S. weighed 133 pounds. That's for male. Average female weighed 122 pounds. By the year 2000, men plumped up to 166 pounds, and female weighed 144 pounds. In 1971, only 4% of children 6 to 11 years old were obese. By the year 2004, 18.8% of them were obese. Within the same period, children 12 to 19-year-old obese were 6.7, from 6.7 to 17.4%. When the number of obese children were added to the number of overweight children, a total of 32% of all American children were obese, and they were carrying extra pounds. When someone is obese, it means they have too much body fat. An overweight person is carrying excess pounds for his body frame or her body frame. My claim tonight is that parents are causing the obesity epidemic in America. Too many parents are relying on fast food instead of whole food as their source of nutrition. According to Jeffrey Kluger of Time magazine, in the 1950s, children drank 3 cups of milk for every cup of soda. Today, it is the other way around. Also, too many parents are depending on school lunch, which is unhealthy for the children. According to Dr. Kahana, a pediatrician, the school lunch is fast food. It is fatty, the meat has been breaded, and it has been highly processed. Another reason why parents are causing this obesity epidemic is that they are negating their responsibilities. They are doing this by listening to their children's demand and giving them whatever they need. In doing so, they have turned their responsibility over to the kids. When it comes to food, whatever the kids say is what they eat, what they give to them. Also, another way parents are contributing to the obesity epidemic is by giving children too much screen time. Children under the age of 6 are spending 2 hours each day watching TV, playing video games, or DVDs, or watching DVDs. Children 6 years or older are spending 5.5 hours each day doing the same things, including playing on the computer. In 2006, $1.6 billion was spent marketing fast food products, breakfast cereals, or soda to children. We all know that spending too much time doing these things causes obesity. Researchers from Stanford University conducted a survey using 63 children ages 3 and 5. The children were given 104 food items to taste. After tasting, they surveyed them and asked them to say which food tasted better. They were given McDonald's French fries, hamburgers, and chicken nuggets. 77% of the children said that the food coming from the McDonald's staff with the golden arches and a happy face tasted better than the food coming from plain paper bags. In conclusion, we have seen the progression of obesity in our country, and children learn that fast food tastes better than whole foods. Parents have the power to end this obesity epidemic by choosing whole food instead of fast food. Thank you.
All right, we know the general subject in the introduction. You've got some nice historical data that you're talking to us about. You do have a specific statement of your claim that you identify. I do think that the supporting points need to be laid out a little bit more. There is some reference to them, but I'm not sure that they're stated as claims. And I didn't think the signposting was as consistent as it needed to be in the body of the speech for listeners to follow as clearly as they could. You did a pretty good job establishing credibility by your presentation and by your use of early information that gets cited. I think as the speech goes on, I hear fewer and fewer citations. Maybe that's because some of the information is coming from the same sources, but I also think that there was some assumption that it's the parents who are giving in to the kids as opposed to proving that the parents are giving in to the kids. Why would parents not be eating? You know, for instance, one of the first things that popped into my mind as I was thinking about this, well, are the parents obese? Maybe they're not giving in to the kids. Maybe they're just feeding the kids the same crap they're feeding themselves, and they've all just decided that this is the lifestyle that they want to lead. You make it sound like the parents have surrendered control to their kids. Maybe the parents have surrendered control of their life to convenience. And I think that you need to kind of come to grips with that a little bit more. I like the idea that you've got there, that parents are abdicating their responsibility. But for instance, on the issue of school lunches, there's a good criticism of the school lunches, but we don't get any data about how many kids get the school lunches. Do they get the school lunches because the parents are unwilling to prepare lunches at home for the kids or make meals? Are the school lunches provided for a particular segment of the population, or is that criticism of all school lunches that are provided for all students as opposed to, for instance, the ones that are underwritten by government agencies? A couple of sources were not cited later on. There was some stuff about the leisure time, for instance, how much time kids spend watching DVDs or movies, and I'm sure that there's a source citation someplace, but I didn't hear it in the speech. I thought that the third point, I'm not sure what the inference is that you're trying to draw on that third point. The presentation's about right with the pacing, and I thought you had a very satisfactory audience contact. It's not always dynamic, but it is forceful, and you do have an end objective that you're going for, and that's pretty clear. All right, thank you.